First of all, want to explain why I'm wearing a sweatshirt today. That is not my usual attire, but I am in Florida getting ready to fly home to Philadelphia, and it is the warmest thing I have in this house. So, and aside from that, we came down to celebrate spring training with the Phillies, my favorite baseball team, and it was just so much fun. It was a nice surprise. Ron took me, and we had a really great time. So, anyway, I'm still grinning from ear to ear. Had a wonderful time down here, and now we head back for some exciting stuff coming up on QVC. Hey, if you are in love with Firelight Lab Grown Diamonds, and I do love them, we have got a full hour on the main channel on Friday at 2 o'clock. So, good morning. I see you starting to come in. Yes, I apologize. I started like a minute or two early, just chatting with everybody. And hello again. I was just explaining that the reason I'm in a sweatshirt today is because we came down for the Phillies spring training games. And oh my gosh, we had so much fun. It was just so great to get a little sunshine on my face, even though it still is really cold. And I'm flying back today and didn't bring a coat down. And so this is the warmest thing I have in the house. So you get me like this because I leave straight for the airport right after we're done with the live stream. But anyway, I hope you are staying warm and cozy wherever you are. Let's do a little snow update. I've sort of been ignoring the weather news, trying to live in the moment down here. But I'd love to hear what I'm flying into and how you're doing and how you're faring today. It is so good to see you all. Mama Pat is your mama raider, as usual. She is in the chat right now. She was here much earlier and ready, much better than I am today. I called her just a few minutes ago. Usually we have a little pre-production meeting, where we talk about what we're going to say and what we're going to do. But today I'm like sliding in by the, skin of my teeth. But it's going to be a great show. I've got Firelight. I've also got some Affinity to feature for you, and these are top sellers and in many cases, last offerings. Now, what we're doing here is not selling jewelry, so you don't have to say, oh gosh, she's going to be selling me jewelry. No, that's not what we're doing. I will use QVC jewelry as an example of, great styles and kind of talk to you about how to style things and get a feel for what you like and don't like at QVC, because that's really what I would like to do at this time. I like to find out what you're up to. I like to connect a little bit more personally with you, which we've done a lot of that. A lot of you that I see in the chat, we've gotten to know each other over the years through this live stream. So thanks again for being with us. We do appreciate it. This is a duo bracelet that's actually, I made it sort of a feature item to lead in today because I think it's really a wow. And we'll get to that, but that's 5 3/4 carat of Firelight Lab Grown Diamond. So it's a very big, very beautiful bracelet. That's going to be, we're going to talk about that in just a bit. But I wanted to start with a nice basic. I think in these kind of economic times, I think a lot of us that are willing to maybe begin with something, exciting and new. If you've never tried lab grown before, we're going to be gravitating towards basics. This is a basic like that little black dress is in your closet, but it's also more than that. This is a very modern approach to a basic stud in that it has a square face-up shape, but it still has the modified brilliant cut underneath it. So you get the same, well, it's very similar form of light play that you get with the round shape brilliant cuts, which are the most popular in the world today. You get that same kind of vivacity, that same vitality from the diamond, but you get it in a modern shape. Now, this is not an easy thing. At first glance, you might think, well, what's the big deal with that? It's not an easy thing. It actually took generations to make it happen, literally generations. The gentlemen, and there were 3 of them that worked on the project, they were actually able to refine this whole thing in the 1980s. So it's classic in that studs will always be that go-to pair that's always right no matter what occasion, make you feel good, the kind of quiet luxury that we're all desiring right now, not too flashy, not too out there, but something right down the middle lane, but still just a little bit towards the more modern edge with that shape and cut. These really took off because of never mind. I wanted to give you the item number and all of that information. I didn't even used to do that during this live stream, but you guys asked for it. Again, I'm not pressuring you in any way, shape, or form. But if you do want to go to QVC.com, they are on sale, which is awesome. There's 2 sizes, obviously. The smaller size is a 1/2 carat total weight. So you get, a princess cut 1/4 carat in each ear. The larger ones are 2 carats. So you get a perfect carat in each ear, and they're under $1,000. So the 1/4 carat is $399, was $500, and then the 2 carat is $999 and was $1,250. So it gives you an idea of how great their pricing is. Also on 5 Easy Pay, so $200 on an Easy Pay for the 2 carat, $80 on an easy pay for the quarter carat. But anyway, I digress. So what was I saying? Oh, I was saying that it was the 1980s that these became so popular, but now there's been a huge resurgence in bridal. I mean, at one point, it wasn't too long ago, it was in the last couple of years, there was a time where there was a shortage actually of princess cuts in the market. Like the people that were designing and making jewelry were having a hard time getting them because brilliant round will always reign supreme, I feel, as a diamond expert. But this was coming on so strong with the modern brides who wanted something with a twist to their generation. And so this really took off. And then the other wave of it happened when a lot of the gentlemen started wearing them. Men tend to really like the angular shape, that square shape, and they really want, I mean, they're wearing it for the same kind of sparkle that we're wearing it. So it was just a win-win in particular in the music industry. So I just reconnected with some of the music competition shows. I love watching them. They definitely pull at my heartstrings, and I cheer, for the people that I love, like I know a lot of you guys do too. And so I've been noticing a lot more. I'm really into sports. I love, again, those kinds of music shows. And so I start to look at what's happening in the world of jewelry and people that, I see on TV. And so many sports figures, so many musicians are leaning into this style. So just a little FYI if you're looking for some inspiration for someone you love. They're in solid 14 karat gold. Let me show you again. I don't know why I'm so laggy today. I guess it just feels good to be with you and not rushing around the house right now. They are that square shape. They're set properly. They're in white gold, nice long post, little oversized back so that it sits up, especially in the 2 carat. That's important. And so you get a really powerful look for your money. Again, I think personally, of course, I advise for them. I'm not employed, by QVC. I work on your behalf as an advocate for you. And every diamond with the vendors that, we work with, every diamond has to be sent to the Gemological Institute of America to be inspected so that I can tell you that these are HI near colorless and they're also VS plus clarity. So that's important to me as a diamond expert that I represent a company or, assist you with merchandise from a company that has a lot of ethical boundaries with this type of thing. I like knowing where my diamonds come from, whether it is from the earth or whether it's from a lab. It's much more traceable, which is another reason people really lean into Firelight. First of all, it's the price. I mean, let's just be honest, put the cards on the table. When you can get twice as much carat weight for this much money, who wouldn't be attracted to 2 carat studs for $9.99? If you're in the market for studs, if you're not, stay with me. I got other things, but I just think they're really special. Aday always rocks the earrings. She does a great job, and these really do show. All right, speaking of really do show, wow. She's back in stock, and I can't even believe how lucky we are to have this at a price like this. This is a carat 84. In following with the princess cut story, a carat and 84. So you could get the earrings maybe and get this and you're done. You have all you need to look and feel your very best, right? I'm not about overspending. I don't want you guys to continually buy stuff necessarily. I have a good customer. Her name is Ellen. And if you're watching today, hello. Mom knows exactly who I'm talking about, right, Mama Pat? But she came back to me recently and she said, man, I feel bad when I can't come and join your live stream, but I'm not shopping right now. And I'm like, you're missing the whole point of what we're doing. This is about community, right? So if you want to see more things like this, let me know in the chat. If you want to see more yellow gold, let me know that in the chat. Whatever your little heart desires, put it in there for me so that I know, because we follow trends in the industry, of course, but oftentimes we're leading those trends based on the conversations that you and I have in a forum like this. So anyway, this is one of my very favorite rings of all time in the QVC inventory, and it's been gone forever, and it is back. And the reason it's been gone so long, we're looking at a carat 84. That's a big center solitaire, and it's from the earth. So I present all diamonds at QVC, which are their kind of home team, like the Phillies. Yes. So the whole thing about our association with the GIA and how we're able to cut out all of those middlemen and we don't have a brick and mortar store, that is for our home team collections. And you're going to notice a huge difference in pricing, even between the designer collections that we have at QVC and, again, Affinity and Firelight, because this is what we dedicate our time to as a team. Our diamond team is small, but we're mighty. And I think because we're small, we have an easier time pivoting and sort of responding to your needs. And so I do want to hear it. But if you're looking for an engagement ring, something that's really going to be extravagant and wonderful, this ring was $7,500 at a QVC price. Now, remember, like I was just saying, we cut out all the middlemen. We don't have the brick and mortar store. There's so many down secondary marketeers when you're talking about jewelry. Like when it comes out of the ground, that's one thing. When it gets, cut, that's another thing, or preformed. Every stretch of the way, there's a little payment that is due along the way to all these people that have touched it. And many times it is 50 hands or more, right? So, and that's before you even get to the manufacturing process. I always smile to myself when I hear some of the collections talking about how many hands touch it during, the actual creation of the piece. What about all of those people that put all that time and effort and work into the stuff in the beginning? You pay that in a brick and mortar store, but at QVC, we can go more directly. So that's why the prices are lower. 7,500 is a really low price, but that's not what you're going to pay today. It went on sale to $54.99. Now, before you go, if you've been shopping for an engagement ring, you probably have figured out that they are running right now on average. And this is marketing information that came out nationally. This isn't just me speaking, but I belong to a lot of different boards, a lot of different groups in the industry, and they just reported recently that the average price is between $5,000 and $7,000 in brick and mortar for an engagement ring. And that is a lot of coin. But to put it into perspective, Rick Domeyer was kind enough to share with me and told me that it was okay to talk about this because he's just an open guy and just really friendly. But when he purchased a ring for his wife so many years ago, he spent about $5,000 on it. It was in gold, like your ring will be here, at 14 karat white gold, and his was a carat and a quarter in natural diamonds. You're getting a carat 84 decades later. So I'm just trying to put into scale for you if you've been shopping for an engagement ring or something really special. And if you want something that's more fashion and really affordable and that you can just wear and be more carefree with it, I have those things too. Our diamonds start at QVC at I think the less expensive thing I saw was like $89. And you can shop by price point if you go to the website. The most expensive, last I checked, was like $20,000. So there's a huge range, but the standards of the diamonds, the quality of the diamonds are equal. And this is unique. If you go into a jewelry store, you're going to see, like, sometimes to lure you in, they'll do ads where they'll run as a promotion for Mother's Day. They'll run a cute little heart-shaped necklace or something. And it's nice and it's diamonds. But if you were to put it next to a QVC diamond product, you will see how much brighter when you can live in the HI near colorless sort of realm and the kind of standards that the GIA holds us to, and we hold ourselves to those standards. Not only are we self-governed, but again, we are governed by greater purposes outside of QVC, things like the Federal Trade Commission and the FCC and all of that. So I just feel safer with you shopping there. I feel better as a diamond expert promoting their merchandise because of the standards that they set for you. And that, especially in a ring like this, is important. When we first spoke about it yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, when it came back into inventory on QVC, there was like 3 available in each size remaining. So this isn't one that you can kind of sit on a little bit. I mean, if you need to consult with somebody today, I get that. And I'm not pressuring you, but I also don't want you to come back and say, when's it coming back in stock? Because it's been a long time since I've seen her. I'm really, really happy to see her. Again, taking you on a walk around it a little bit more fully, you've got the majority of the weight in that square-shaped cushion cut. So pretty. And then around it, look at the size of the diamonds in the square halo. That makes it, again, a little more avant-garde. The square halo is very tailored looking. I wear one a lot. Mine is an amylite. It's a very similar style to this ring, and I love it. I was afraid that I was going to find it to get in the way because of the corner, but I really don't. The nice thing is, if you get it home and it doesn't fit into your lifestyle, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So even with their Easy Pay program, which is where you pick the credit card and they send you the ring right away, that whole thing, if you decide you don't like it, all you're risking is the shipping charge. So it's kind of nice. I love the lotus flower design in the under gallery on this. Again, as an ultimate symbol of femininity, a reminder that life is short and we need to enjoy, again, the beauty around us every single day. So jewelry unlike presenting shoes or something else, jewelry has a lot of emotion, a lot of meaning behind it. And I'm a big puddle. So that's why I love presenting jewelry, because this is an important item in your life, and I respect that it might take you a minute to think about it. So yeah, I just want you to know that it is really limited. Okay, it's 26% off. It was on 5 Easy Pay of $1,100 this morning when I checked. Now, if you're watching in replay, it probably is gone, but take a chance, go to QVC.com and look. The item number is J437543, a winner. I really feel it's just a really big, beautiful piece of jewelry. In fact, I got to take another look. Oh, yeah. See, that's on the gorgeous Blair, and she makes everything look great. But oh man, if the size of this, it's going to be a knockout. You're going to see it from across the room. Well, speaking of a knockout, this I love. At first I was like, oh well, why don't I just wear my herringbone next to my diamond bracelet? And then I'm like, wow, I'm doing the math, and I'm thinking they only want $17.99 for this bracelet, and these are. I know it looks like two, but they're actually connected in the back. So they're loose. They move independently, but they're secured on the back. And there's a little inch sizing chain, so that if you some days want to wear it a little lower on your hand, you can. You can wear it a little tighter, or if you're not sure what size you need, it makes it easier, to get it right. The size small will be 6 3/4 inches. The size average will be 7 1/4, and then the large is an 8 inch. But remember, that's an 8 inch plus one. That's a 6 3/4 plus one, an additional inch. So yeah, I like this. I like this whole concept of it, because I want to be able to wear it with whatever I want to wear it with, whenever I want to wear it. That was a mouthful. I guess not too bad. Oh, but anyway, so when I saw the price at $1,700, I thought, okay, let's just dig in here a little bit. And then I saw the carat weight at 5 3/4. And I'm thinking, if I back out all the metal here, I back out the herringbone, the fact I'm getting two bracelets, all of that, this is a really rocking deal. You take five into $1,700, it's, under $400 a carat for diamonds that are VS plus clarity, that are HI near colorless. This is Firelight. So Firelight is grown in a lab. It still blows my mind, this bracelet. Each diamond is grown from the seed of a diamond. And that doesn't mean that every diamond that grows in a laboratory is going to be perfect either, by the way. These are not manufactured. These are grown through chemistry, the same way they grow in the earth. So if you stop and think about that for a minute, that's pretty mind-boggling. A lot of things are manufactured. A lot of things are not real. This is a real diamond. Every one of them are real diamonds. They're just grown in a laboratory. So it's taken decades to perfect this technique and this technology. It was first developed by General Electric, actually. They needed a large supply of diamonds for manufacturing. They didn't have to be quality diamonds, they just had to be industrial grade. And speaking of which, this is something I hear all the time, and it really gets under my skin. I'll hear people say, well, diamonds are everywhere. They're not rare. I even saw it in a story the other morning, and I'm like, oh, man, I find myself talking to my iPad, like, what are you talking about? Okay, so there's a lot of diamonds in the world, but there are this many gem grade quality diamonds. The lion's share of the diamonds out there are not suitable for jewelry at all. So to get to the point where they could grow gem grade quality diamonds took decades studying Mother Nature, what happens hundreds of miles beneath the Earth's crust. When tectonic plates shift or volcanic activity happens, these things can come to the surface, not all the way to the surface necessarily, but come up so that we can get to them. And that's why diamonds from the earth are so much more expensive than diamonds grown in the lab. But the same thing, chemically, physically, optically, happens with diamonds from the earth, as well as diamonds that are grown through chemistry, because they're all diamonds, perfect 10s on the Mohs rating scale. There's no funky coatings, there's no smoke and mirrors. This is all really high quality diamonds. And more people across the world are embracing this. What I really want to put out there, though, is it matters where you buy them. Whether you buy them at QVC or elsewhere, just know that we're the only, QVC is the only place that has every diamond inspected for you by the Gemological Institute of America, which is the gold standard in this arena. I mean, there is no better. There's different labs, but there's a good, better, and best in everything. We talk about this all the time in diamonds, and this is really of the highest caliber when you talk about working with the GIA. So very happy and excited to have them with us on this journey for sure. If you choose the white version, you're going to see, I think that's it, isn't it? I can't see backwards and upside down. That is the yellow from where I'm sitting. Okay, so if you choose the yellow, you're getting 14 karat gold over sterling silver. It's a marriage of two precious noble metals, and that's one of the reasons the price is lower on a 5 3/4 carat diamond tennis bracelet. Okay, and a herringbone. You get both. In the white, they went out even more elevated. They did the plating in platinum, and they did it nice and thick and rich. So rhodium is another form of platinum that you see a lot over sterling silver, and that platinum or rhodium over sterling makes it more maintenance free and makes it gleam for a much longer period of time. But we chose platinum for this one because rhodium, sometimes it's done in fewer layers, or what are referred to as mils, MILS. But with platinum, we could go a little thicker, which is terrific. When you feel it, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. It feels like money, right? Like if you were to put a sterling silver, just solid silver bracelet in one hand, and you were to put a platinum bracelet in the other hand, this one would feel much, much heavier, much richer. So I appreciate that about this bracelet. We don't do it very often, but oh my goodness. Herringbones, since we've talked about the bracelet and it's 5 3/4 carat for, between $300 and $400 a carat. It's crazy. But the herringbone, which is also attached to this, is really nice. There's a good, better, and best in everything. And for those of us that lived through the 70s and the 80s, you probably have a herringbone. And if you bought a good one that was manufactured well, you probably still have it if you took good care of it. This is a really nicely made Italian herringbone, and you can tell by looking at the way that it's woven. And they call it a herringbone literally because it's got the pattern of the tile in your kitchen or bathroom. That herringbone or fish scale kind of layered look that, again, is really flexible when it's done right, and also can be very durable. But good, better, and best, you want to make sure you get one that does have a flexibility about it, but you don't want it to kink. If you buy the ones that are too tinny or too light, the propensity for them to kink is much greater. So take that information away with you, whether you buy this or not. If you're just looking at herringbone chains or whatever, once you kink it, you're really kind of done. So this is going to last you much longer than that herringbone you bought back in the 70s. The technologies have gotten better and the manufacturing is great. And this particular one is made really well. So that's my 2 cents on it. I really, really like it. Let's see, where am I next? We are going to go to a ring that Mama Pat actually is sporting right this minute. Mama Pat, your Mama Raider, again, say hi to her. She is in the chat. If you haven't said good morning yet, we're really thankful that you're here. If you like what you've been hearing or you like the information so that you do feel empowered to go out and make better buying decisions in your jewelry, go ahead and hit subscribe if you wouldn't mind. We'd really appreciate it. I'm just 10 away from a milestone, and I'm really excited about getting there. So if you wouldn't mind, it doesn't cost anything. We're free. And if you ever need to reach me for anything, if you need styling for a wedding or whatever, there's no charge for what I do. I love helping people. So you can reach me at hello@youaresolidgold.com. hello@youaresolidgold.com. Speaking of which, I see a few of you that I've helped with things in the live stream today. So thank you so much for being with me and sticking with me. I appreciate you. All right. I've got 2 things left, and stay to the end because these items are amazing. This twisted ring is $99, and it is so cute. It's crazy. Mama put in the chat, I'm sure, why she likes it so much. She bought the gold version. It comes in sterling silver with either the yellow gold plating, which is 14 karat yellow gold, or rhodium plating over sterling silver. There's the white. There's the yellow with that warmth. I love them both. They're both really great. They're just that perfect touch. They're that little sprinkle of fairy dust that makes me feel so happy every time it catches the light. I mean, it's 11 points of diamonds and they're all faceted. It's gorgeous. They're all set in rows. In fact, she let me get really close to her hand, not knowing that I was going to put this on national TV, but I've got a picture of it on her hand, like really close up so you can really get a good look at it. It's full finished on the back, which was shocking to me at a $99 price tag. There are certain expectations at certain price points on what you would think things would be, right? And I don't try to over present anything. I just want you to know exactly what you're getting. But in this case, my gosh, it's all solid, which blew my mind. I mean, metal prices, including sterling silver, have gone up. We're talking, oh, are we going to participate? Yes, we are. Good. Okay. Here is the shot I was telling you about. Again, very, very tight on the mother's finger, and she's not happy about that. I can almost hear her groaning from home. But I think it's important for you to see it like this. It's about an eighth of an inch top to bottom. So it's just, I want you to see all the details because every diamond is prong set. Everything is done right on this for $99. And again, these are not promotional grade diamonds. These are that high grade quality standard that we talk about so frequently in our Firelight. You are looking at HI near colorless or better. By the way, we work with minimum standards at QVC, no matter what the price point is. And as far as colorless quality goes, you are going to be somewhere between flawless and very slightly included. And we give you that range because that's the range that, again, we work with the GIA standards. So they give us the range, but we send all of the diamonds there to be inspected. And that is a service to you that nobody else offers. Now, we don't include paperwork, all right? But you have the peace of mind of knowing all the work's been done. They've all been there. It's a really big process, actually. Like the vendors grumble about it all the time because not only does it cost them money, but it slows them down a little bit. But we feel like it's worth it because when you get the product home, it's a better, more consistent quality product. And that's, I mean, QVC really does go the extra mile to make sure you have the best experience that we can give you. Now, do we hit it out of the ballpark every day? No, but we do a pretty good job and we try to make it up to you if we can. If you are nervous at all, like, and I get that, if you're buying like that big, $5,000 ring and you're like, I don't know. They're also offering an insurance policy, which is super inexpensive through Allstate to give you better peace of mind. So the conversation always comes up when we start talking about that. Well, how can Diamondique and some of the other collections do lifetime warranties and you guys don't? Well, we don't because diamonds are a really expensive, they're a really special commodity. And so it's really difficult to do that and have somebody come back 20 years later and ask them to provide all the paperwork for it and ask that, think about it. If you're spending $26 on something, you're probably not going to save that paperwork for 3 years and then return it and have it fixed or whatever. You're probably not going to do that. That's what they're banking on. So with this Allstate policy, we feel like you have better coverage. It's a very small payment, especially when you're spending a significant amount of money, but check it out. I'm not pushing, again, I'm not an insurance agent, but I just really believe in it. So you can have your lab grown diamonds insured. You can have them, again, appraised, all of the rest. But this one is just a fun fashion piece, and it's a great first piece maybe for you to try, or what Mama Pat is doing. And I so love seeing how this is developing. She's building a stack that's very personal to her. All right, I just looked up at the clock and I see that I better keep it rolling here. I do want to make sure that we have time for this. We talked about that little black dress in the earring world, right? We were talking about it in square-shaped princess cuts at the beginning of the show, which were $400 and about $1,000 respectfully. Very nice pieces. But look what came back in stock. Lowest prices that we've ever done on beautiful quarter carat studs. These are all 14 karat gold. Solid 14 karat gold. And I would venture to guess at today's gold prices, if you went in to buy settings for these any quarter carat gemstones that you might have, and I used to sell settings, so I'm pretty well versed in this, you would pay $174, I think, in a heartbeat for those settings if you were setting something else, zircon, whatever it is. This price at 4 easy pays of $43.75 to me is irresistible. It's 24% less than it ever was before. And it just gives you a chance to grab the good stuff, to level up a little bit. So if anything you've heard during the show has sparked an interest in having a finer quality diamond or just a better jewelry experience in your life and you feel like leveling up, this is an excellent opportunity with, again, a 30-day money-back guarantee and all of that if you choose. But this is about the education of it all and why our brilliant rounds the number one selling cut in the world. It has to do with the mathematics of the cut. The mathematics of the cut, and one of the reasons I'm a nerd at heart, one of the reasons I love selling diamonds to you or presenting diamonds to you or educating you about diamonds is because, it is a combination of chemistry and a combination of science. Whether you're talking about lab grown or whether you're talking about diamonds from the earth, it brings those two nerdy things together that I love so much and shows you what can be accomplished when they work in unity, right? And to get to this point where you can release so much light. I mean, you will see. I was smiling big last night as I was watching the address. I was scrolling through the internet. And I was reading reviews on Firelight and Affinity and what you guys like and don't like. And again, always looking for a direction from you. So many people were saying, "Oh my gosh, they're so bright! I can't believe how bright these are. I put them up next to my other studs, and my other studs look dim, and I'm so happy I upgraded." And yeah, these are at $174, the same quality as we offer all the time. So for Mother's Day, perfect. Graduation, perfect. Bridal, Father's Day, yes. This is great for men, women, and children. And seriously, I think it's a great way to end what we're doing here today. Well, I got to catch a plane, but I do want to go quickly backwards through. And again, I want to encourage you to subscribe if you wouldn't mind. This is free. You can always reach me at hello@youaresolidgold.com. I love helping you. It just makes me happy. The studs are where we just left, under $200. And then prior to that, I showed you Mama Pat's beautiful ring. Let me get nice and close on that again for you. Mama Pat's twisted ring is $99. It is J458526, 11 points of diamonds. Wanted to let you know too, if you do love diamond shows, I think I mentioned it before, a lot of you came in. We have got an hour of Firelight Diamonds on Friday at 2 p.m. on the main channel, and then another hour at 8 p.m. on QVC2 that evening. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. These are so nice. Oh, I went the wrong direction though. I can't get over those studs. They're crazy low. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, so the bracelet is actually a twofer. You get a herringbone and you get a 5 3/4 carat Firelight lab grown diamond bracelet for $1,799. This is just amazing to me, and I love it. And I hope we do more of these with stacks. I'd like your feedback on what you might like that other chain to be. I would personally, and I put in a request that maybe we do a necklace to go with it. If you think it's a good idea, please just type yes. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. I just want to get a beat on if I'm on the right track with that. I think it would look really, really nice. It comes in either platinum over sterling silver, fantastic, or it comes in the yellow gold over sterling silver. It's whatever suits you best. There's about an inch worth of play with the chain that is on the back of that piece. And it gives you, again, this just really gorgeous look that you will never make a mistake purchasing something like that. It just looks so nice and so right. She's going to hate that I keep going the wrong direction and go back to that big, ugly finger shot. Sorry, Mama Pat. All right, so here's the big beauty, right? I mean, this was $7,500 at a QVC price. It is from our Affinity collection. It is now $54.99, 26% off. It is a carat 84 with the princess in the center, the halos around the side, the beautiful diamonds down the shoulders, and of course, that gorgeous lotus flower that we see right here in the side of the setting. I am crazy for it. I just think it's a great value. If you're looking for something really special, something that's really shishi, foo-foo, different, like to buy the creme de la creme, all of those things are true in this piece. And I think you're going to enjoy them a lot. Then, of course, we started with the princess cut studs. And enough said about those. I spent quite a bit of time, but I will tell you for under $1,000, you can get a carat in each ear. And for under $400, you can get a 1/4 carat in each ear of the square shaped princess cut from Firelight. Well, I hope you can join me for our shows this week. I'm really looking forward to seeing you for the Firelight Hour on Friday at 2, again on the main channel. And of course at QVC2, I love it there. We can get a little more loose and giggle a little bit more. But it's just a pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much and have a good day. I'm off to catch a plane. Next time you see me, I'll be in Philadelphia. All right? Have a good day, everyone. See ya. Bye.